Hey guys, this is Brandon of the Sevens Club podcast. I'm here with Davey Legend. He put out one of my favorite projects out right now of 2021 so far. He So where'd you get the name from?
Bro, man, I came up with the idea for the project, and I've been seeing the project for a while. I came up with the name for it back in like July. I was making a song, and I started thinking just about, I don't know, dude. I was thinking about like alliterations. I think that's what it's called,
Yeah.
where it's like words that all start with the same letter, and like three in a row or whatever. And I was like Heartbreaker Hotel, and I was like, that's something. I know that's
Yeah.
something. And it's actually Elvis. Elvis has a song. I think he actually has an album called Heartbreaker Hotel, and I was like, dude, like fuck it. I guess I'll pay homage to like Elvis, and it's just like a really cool like imagery. It's like
Yeah,
this
for
whole
real.
place that you can create, metaphorically. I don't know. I loved like this whole image that it gave me, so that's why I chose that name.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it. So
Yeah.
was that like the album you lost, or was this a whole brand new project?
What do you mean the album I lost?
The one that you lost on your computer. I saw that it's. I think it was on your Spotify. It said that you lost a whole like album on like a computer failure.
Oh yeah. So that was over a year ago, before my first project. Because I've been making music for about 8 years. So
Okay.
about like it's like 2.5 years ago, I lost everything on my computer. So all the songs I'd made, I had like 2 or 3 different albums that I just never released, but I'd made them.
Yeah.
Everything got erased. So this wasn't that. This album had like a weird kind of, because it was supposed to be a punk album, and I switched it all up last fucking minute on everybody and made it a hyperpop album.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. Just I guess it was just hyperpop. I got more into the scene,
Yeah.
and then it really inspired me. And I was like, dude, like punk music's dope, and I still have all those songs and everything, but it just didn't inspire me as much as that like hyperpop sound did. So I ditched like 20 fucking songs that I
Jesus.
made over 6 months to make a whole album in a fucking week. And
You only did it in a
so
week?
it's kind of just some bullshit.
That's crazy. Because
Yeah.
that sound quality on it is insane. Did you
Dude,
do you go to like an
thank
actual
you.
professional studio or just at the crib?
It's so I'm a co-owner of a studio up here. Me and my friend Sharad started one up here in Reading because we wanted to have a place to make music for ourselves and for other people. So I did it at that studio, but I didn't even record in the studio because it was like booked out from artists. So that
Oh,
whole
shoot.
week that I made the album,
Yeah.
I made the whole album in a closet all by myself with no professional like sound equipment, nothing. Like everything was done as ghetto as possible. But I think I like the way it turned out with being ghetto, because it was kind of, I feel like it's just more personal and more raw that way.
Yeah, I think it came out amazing. Like the quality on it is just I don't know, I love the quality on it. Some of those tracks are
Thank you, bro.
crazy. Like
Thank you.
it sounds so perfect. Like you sounded like you were like in the booth with all the sound padding and all that stuff. Oh, it sounds amazing to me.
I know, I did a pretty good job of faking all that.
So you're from Reading, right? California? Or
Yeah,
is
that's where I live, yeah.
Okay. How is it like there?
It's good. Reading is it's getting bigger, but it's kind of a small, it's like a big town, small city.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have any skyscrapers. We only just got a goddamn fucking Chick-fil-A, thank God. But, I mean, other than that, like, the biggest thing I think growing up here in high school was kids always said, like, there's nothing to do. And they're like, I want to get the fuck out of this town, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I actually say that in Fence, I think, one of the songs is, I say, like, I think one of the lyrics is, we got to get out of this town that we both hate.
Yeah.
It's been so long, this is not a phase. So, I mean, it's just, everybody here my age just talks about fucking leaving. But I love it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel because I'm north of Boston, New Hampshire, in like
Yeah.
a small city called Manchester, and it's
Okay.
just like in the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing up here. But yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, dude, the thing is I feel like coming from places like that, because I used to live in Wyoming too, which is actually butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah,
And I
that's
feel like you move to like a city where there's more people, and you're like, yes, it's cool, but I feel like you just miss the nature at some point, or like the peace and quiet. Because I feel like your world is so small when you're in a small town. It's like you know everybody, and so I guess you can kind of feel like more important. And when you go to a big city, you're like, wow, I am not important.
Yeah, I feel that way exactly. Because I lived in LA for about, I think, almost a year and a half. But yeah, it was like I'm just walking around, just doing whatever. Just like, I don't know anybody. No one knows me. But like here, like everyone recognizes me. Neither not like super close, but they know who I am. So I get what you're saying by that.
Yeah, totally.
So do you plan on just staying up there for the time being, or do you plan eventually like to venture out and go like to maybe like another smaller town but somewhere different?
I don't know. I've been really thinking about. I don't know. I've been on like this self journey right now of kind of deciding what I want to do. Because my original plan was to move down to LA. I have a lot of friends out there. I've got a lot of really good connections. But I honestly kind of been feeling lately like I really want to get my fan base here like set. Like this town is my heart. This town is my home. This is where all my big fans are. Like I might as well just like stay here as long as I can.
Yeah.
And then when it's like time for me to go down to LA, I will. And then in the meantime, I mean, I'm going out to Phoenix tomorrow. I'm going to go to Atlanta, and it's just I can fly wherever. I don't need to move somewhere to get work done, you know.
Okay. So do you go to San Fran a lot? Because it's like close to San Fran, right?
We're pretty close to We're 4 hours away from San Fran, so it's like a day trip. I don't go there that often because San Fran is the one city in the U.S. where it just feels depressing as fuck.
Really?
Other cities might feel like that, but San Francisco, like, literally everybody's a zombie. And you walk around, you're like, wow, there is not an actual human here. You guys are all robots, like, straight up.
Jeez, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's, like, cool people. I've never had good experiences there, and I've been robbed there. Like, someone broke into my car and stole my shit. So, like, I have, like, obviously negative like emotions for the city already, but I do think that LA, New York City, like Philly, like pretty much every other American city I've been to is better now.
So, you talked about the punk music and stuff like that. Have you been in a punk band before, or?
I've never actually been in a band. I've played with a lot of bands. I used to be in a duo. That like nobody really knows about. It was called 5 Past Curfew, and that was kind of a band, but all my punk stuff is all done by me. I honestly wish I was in a band because it'd be so much fun. Doing everything yourself is cool, but like there's just a connection that you get when you're playing with other people and writing with other people, and I guess just all your like energy is just focused on like one thing and one piece of music together. I feel like that's something that's really special that no matter how hard you try as a solo artist, you can't reach that, you know?
Yeah. So what instruments do you play exactly? Do you only play like guitar, bass, or do you do like everything?
I play pretty much everything. I grew up playing violin, then I learned how to play piano, taught myself how to play guitar, and then I taught myself how to produce, and then when I started producing, it was just like literally whatever I touch, I'm gonna learn how to play if I need to, you know.
Yeah.
So I play pretty much everything. The whole album is produced by me. Trav was executive producer on it. He helped me with basically all the drums. He just went in and spiced them up afterwards. But, yeah.
That's crazy. So did it come naturally to you, or? Like...
Dude, I don't even know. I would even say that I grew up hella talented. Like, I feel like there's people like Justin Bieber who are just, like, fucking born with a good voice.
Yeah.
Like, I was not born with a good voice. I had to work very hard to have the voice that I have now, and I still think I have a lot of room to go for my voice. I'm not Justin Bieber yet, but even with music in general, it's never felt just like, oh, I can do this. It's just been this emotion, and I get extremely emotional when I create something, and it's literally like cocaine, sex, heroin, like whatever the most dopamine it is, that's what music is for me. And so for me, there's just never been a choice not to do it. And it's not even about, oh, can I play this well? Can I not? It's like, I'm just making stuff that makes me feel something. And as the years have gone on, I've gotten better and better, and now and like skill wise, but I
Yeah.
don't even really view it as skill wise. It's all just like emotions to me. Every note is an emotion. I'm really just playing with my emotions. This is how I feel when I make music.
I can definitely hear it on some few tracks, like what was it, Basket Case? That one I can hear
Yes.
it on, and all like the other ones too, like Sleeve and all that. Like
Yeah.
it's just, you can tell it's just not like you're not doing it just to do it. You're doing it because it's love. You feel the love there coming from it and the energy
Yeah.
and all that.
There's no other. I feel like true artists, it really is. There is no other choice. You can't be half in and half out.
Yeah.
And there is no backup plan, because a backup plan is basically like, that's like suicide for me. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm on it's this or nothing.
Yeah.
This is my calling. My body and my brain and my heart is meant to do this. So I don't want to. I can't do that to myself. You know.
Yeah, I get that. So you made this album in a week, basically, a week span.
It's more like a week and a half, but yeah.
Yeah, that is insane. Were you just like,
Yeah.
that's all you did the whole week, just like, I'm gonna get this done, put this out, and just.
Well, I'm at the studio because I have to run it. So
Yeah.
I'm at the studio all day long, and I have other engineers and producers that I've trained to run it. So while they're going and the studio's running, I would just lock myself in my little closet, which is where I created the album.
Yeah.
It was just me, my computer, and then a mic, not even on a mic stand. I would hold the mic. And yeah, I was in there all day long, and there's no soundproofing, so everybody outside could hear me just fucking yelling in this tiny little closet. But it was really cool to like be locked in there, and there's something about studios, bro. When you go in, time stops. The studio is literally like a limbo, and I would lock myself in there. I don't even know how long it takes to make one of my songs. I think it was like probably 6 hours per song.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'd come out at the end like a fucking Albert Einstein, and I'd fucking march into the studio, and I'd grab Trav and whoever was there, and I'd be like, listen to this. And then I'd play them the song, and they'd be like, yeah. And I don't know, it was a really cool little feeling, just being Albert Einstein for a week.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, what is your studio called?
The studio is X3 Recording Studios. It's owned by me and Trav, but it's under like the label too. So my label kind of owns it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So, you run a label. You're an artist. Do you have other artists under your label right now, or is it just you for right now?
So I don't actually run the label. I just run the studio. It's hella weird and confusing how it all works out. Okay. I'm signed to the label, so I'm an artist in the label. We have, the label has like, I think we have like 20 artists signed right now. So we're actually pretty big.
That's awesome.
At least for startup labels. And, yeah.
Do they, so with the studio that you run, how many people run it? Like, are there like that you've helped learn how to produce and engineer and stuff like that?
We've had a lot of people come and go, but our team as of right now consists of, I think, 8 people. I think it's 7 or 8, and that's just team members, and that's...
Yeah.
I've got 2 engineer producer guys, so they make beats. They also record everybody, and then we have a graphic design guy named Jaden. Travi does the marketing. There's me. There's Matt who does the A&Ring. Yeah, we got a really solid team.
That's awesome.
But it's still pretty small, so yeah.
All right, that's cool. So how was the album release party? It looked really lit, to be honest.
Bro, yes. I honestly don't know why you even call it a release party. It was really just a tiny show. Okay. But it was so much fun.
That's what it looked like.
I know, dude. I've been waiting to perform these songs for so long, and I went down to LA to perform it, and it was just an absolute disaster, sadly. The venue was just cracked, and everybody was just shooting up heroin, so we left.
Oh, jeez.
But the show was so fucking good. So just the fact that people knew my lyrics and were like singing along with me, like,
yeah,
it's so crazy that I just a little fucking, in my head, I'm just a kid creating music, and that people actually, and like the fact that people like remember the lyrics and mean something, and they're willing to shout it with me, and it's just crazy, dude.
Was that one of your first shows?
It was the best feeling ever. I remember just being drenched in sweat and wanting to do another show immediately right after.
That's awesome. So, have you been on tour before, or was that probably like your first show?
I've done a bunch of shows all in Reading and like at a couple festivals, but I've never gone on tour. We're doing somewhat of a tour for Heartbreaker Hotel right now, and I'll probably do a bigger one when the deluxe version drops. I'm doing a show in Phoenix, and then I'm gonna do a show I think in SAC and then in LA all in April. So
all right, that's
a
dope.
bit of a tour.
So how did 2020 as a whole affect you with like making music and just your life in general?
Dude, 2020 was the craziest year of my life so far, and I feel like every year is just going to get crazier, probably for the rest of my life. But
yeah,
I don't know. That was when we started the studio, so that was like a whole thing. 'Cause starting a business is insane.
Yeah.
I met so many people. I grew so much too. I feel like before you blow up or achieve what you want to do, your goals, I feel like the universe like kind of gets you ready for it, and it'll just happen when the universe says you're ready.
Yeah.
And I feel like I went through a lot of the growing last year, and I feel like I still have more growing to do. But I don't know, dude. There was so much that went on last year that it's like too much to even talk about.
Yeah, I get that.
A lot of self-growth, a lot of sad things, a lot of good things. But in the end, I feel like everything was a positive.
That's awesome. So how old are you? I forgot to ask that.
I'm 20.
Okay. So
yeah, I still feel like I'm 16.
Yeah.
So.
I get that. So you started making music 8 years ago, so when you were around like 12, 13-ish?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So have you always been like trying to make like poppy or like rock music in that sense, or?
I've been making like everything since forever.
Yeah.
I've always leaned more towards pop because that's kind of what I've been allowed, what I was kind of allowed to like listen to growing up because I was kind of sheltered. I was homeschooled, and my parents didn't like cuss words, so I got in the rap game like after 2016. Like I fucking missed the best year of rap. I missed 2016, but up until like I started getting into rap, I was only making like pop music, very influenced by the 1975, the Steel, even some indie rock. It was, I think my genre that I grew up was feel good indie rock is like the exact genre. And then when I started my band with my friend, that's when he was super into rap, and so we were blending a lot more, and I was forcing myself to listen to more rap, and I got super into rap. Then fucking circumnavigate everything. I made my first album, Mediocre at Best. That was just a clusterfuck of genres. Like every single song was a different style.
Yeah.
And then I opened the studio, and then 2020 was me trying to figure out rap and trying to figure out how to flow, and all of that, because all I knew how to do was goddamn fucking sing. So I kind of learned how to sing rap. Did that for 2020, and then decided in like December that I didn't want to do rapping, and that wasn't me because it's just not my thing. And I'd rather just take what I can from rap and just fuck even putting myself in a box. I'm just gonna make music.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to call that, then you can call it that. But I don't think it's rap or even really 100% pop either.
It's like I think nowadays like the genre blend is insane. Like you got Kid Laroi, you got Juice WRLD, they're like go back and forth. You had XXX, Tentacion, who was like the hardcore like screaming, like that type of stuff. So I feel like there's no true genre boundaries anymore when it comes to stuff like that.
True, yeah. Everything is connected to everything now.
Yeah. So what made you want to do like the hyper punk and hyper pop stuff like that? Was there any like certain like influence that made you want like I'm gonna do like this?
The first hyper pop stuff I heard, it was probably a while ago, but I really only started getting into it like November, December, and it was Eric D. Away, his COA album.
Okay.
Yeah, that album really, really influenced me. I love that album, and then that didn't make me want to start making hyper pop because it was still more rap influenced.
Yeah.
But then when I started hearing Glaive, I was like, bro, Glaive inspired me so much. And I think, what song was it? I think it was, bro, I gotta look this up right now. I literally know the song that inspired Sleep. Um,
That's one of my
I
favorite
think
tracks by you.
it wasn't Astrid. It might be Arsenic. But one of those songs, I was like listening to it and I was like, bro, I want to make a song kind of like this. And it all kind of started with the chord structures of hyper pop because they're all like sevenths and kind of jazzy, but still very pop.
Yeah.
And when I did that, it just, I don't know, it was kind of like a breakthrough to me. And it was definitely Eric DLA, Glaive, and then Sucker Punk and all those other people.
Okay, that's dope. So you're putting out a deluxe album this year, or are you gonna wait a little bit?
Yeah, I'm busy working on that right now. I want it to be like almost entirely features, because I have a lot of really talented friends that I want to get on it and just make more cool songs with.
So do you know how many extra songs you're putting on the deluxe, or?
Oh shit!
No
you're
idea.
asking me questions I don't even know the answers to. I think there's 12 songs now. Yeah, so I think I'd love to put another 6 to 8, honestly, and just make it fat.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So you're gonna record a music video in Phoenix, right?
Yes, with a lot of the people from Overcast. I think a lot of the people from Overcast. My boy Billy Bennett will be shooting it. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So are you gonna let him like direct it, or are you gonna you already have like your whole image you're doing for this music video?
So this is actually the first music video that I haven't had any part in directing at all, and I'm just coming on it. I don't even know, like, I'm just gonna be the subject, I guess.
That's crazy.
Up until now, I've directed everything. I've fucking planned everything out, got all the props, got the whole team. So this is gonna be really exciting. I've never done this before.
Okay, so you're basically like coming in as the actor for your music video.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome. So you have any idea what is gonna happen, or you're just gonna end up showing up there and he's gonna tell you like, so this.
So all that I know is like he sent me some images of like, oh yeah, like these are like kind of like some reference shots of what we want to do. I want it to be trippy. I don't even know. It's just gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be really, really good though.
I'm excited to see how it comes out.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I don't know what else to ask. This is honestly like I think my third interview, so a little new to it, but yeah. So
I'm fucking honored that you asked me that because this has been fun.
Yeah, I don't know. The album just like makes me happy, but also like just like some of the topics are just like I could relate to in a way.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind that. I mean, it shouldn't, because, like, when I make the song, I'm like, dude, yeah, like, I feel this. Other people definitely feel this, but it still blows my mind every time somebody texts me and tells me that they, like, love it or that they relate to it, because I'm like, damn, dude. Because it makes me feel less alone in the world. I'm like, fuck, there's other people who are, like, going through the same shit as me, and I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, is there, like, a random place in the world that listens to your music that you're just like, wow, it reached that far? Or is it relatively the West Coast?
I've got a good amount of South African listeners. But
really?
That's because I'm from there, so like,
I
have family there.
Oh shit, that's crazy. So
yeah, but
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when did you come to the U.S.?
I was super young.
Okay.
I was like 2 or 3. Like I didn't spend a lot of time over there, but that's where my heritage is. And I'd like to say I grew up in a South African household. I'm more South African than I am American.
That's crazy. So do you have like a passport from South Africa, or did you get?
So I'm technically a dual citizen. So I'm technically a citizen of the U.S. and South Africa.
Oh, that's crazy. So have you been back since like you've gotten older and stuff, or no?
Yes. Yeah, I go back. Not consistently, but I think I've been back like 4 times, and the most recent time I was 17, so 3 years ago.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. How was it last time you went?
It was super cool, dude. It was, I don't know. It's weird going to a different country.
Yeah.
Because you really realize how different people are in different types of worlds, and how someone grows up really affects how people are. It's just weird. Like different personalities, of like entire people groups compared, like South Africa compared to like the U.S.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But it was cool. It was really, really good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying because I've been to Morocco, and just like
Yeah.
I just feel like the people there are just naturally nicer than people from America.
Yeah. America, I feel like we're very fucking straight up, and like we don't really care about respect, whereas like respect is like crazy in a lot of these other countries.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
since you said you grew up in a South African household, you'd say, do you think that influenced your kind of musical path along the way too?
Um, yes, I think it helped me to just be very open-minded. Um, my parents really pushed me to just be creative and do weird stuff. So my mom just put me in every program imaginable, um, which also meant whatever instrument, like every instrument possible,
Yeah.
to try to teach me. So I think somewhat, yeah. I didn't grow up listening to a lot of the same stuff most kids listen to, so I feel like I had like somewhat of a unique like ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. So I forget what song it was, but I think it was you were saying like the last time you cried was when you were 17.
Yes.
Was there like something that happened in your life at that point in time that was like that hit hard? Because that's in high school, so obviously a bunch of stuff happens.
That's almost a double reference. The short version, I guess, is the one reference is kind of a reference to X's album 17.
Okay.
I still haven't found an album since that came out that really emotionally affected me as much as that album.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would technically say it's one of the best albums I've ever listened to. It was just exactly what I needed in that time.
I feel that.
But the other side of the coin, which is more what I was writing it about, is I went through an insane breakup during when I was 17, and that shit, like, I feel like it changed just my chemistry. Like that was like that breakup. I feel like everybody goes through a breakup that really, really affects them, and that was the one that extremely affected me, and it was just fucked up in every way, and so sad. And I mean, it's just one of those things where you fucking wake up every night crying, and you can't sleep, and you just feel incapacitated. And I don't know. I've never felt pain since then, and I never want to. And that's more what I was writing about. It was just, I don't know. I can't even comprehend that pain again.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Especially at that time in your life, 17, like you're about to graduate high school soon, and then the high school expectation for everybody's different at that time. So I can only imagine. And were you homeschooled at that time or no?
What'd you say?
Were you homeschooled at that time?
I was homeschooled, yes, but I was doing like college connections. So
okay.
Even though I was homeschooled, I was going to college and doing all my classes at the college. So I wasn't 100% like just a sheltered kid.
Yeah.
But it was like 50%.
Okay. Yeah. That I can only imagine. I've been through a few horrible breakups, so I can understand that pain. So when I heard that, I was like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, what else do you have planned besides like the deluxe and like a little like kind of like a tour for 2021?
I am not sure. That's something that I've been asking myself because I'm not even. Heartbreaker Hotel isn't even close to being finished in terms of like the hype, I guess, and then the tour is obviously going to happen. But I think I want to do another album. I really don't know. I think I really think that like you blow up when the universe tells you you're ready, or you'll reach your goals when you're ready. And I haven't reached my goals yet, so I feel like that's a song that I'm just not ready yet. And I'm just gonna keep pushing. So I'm gonna make another album. I don't know what sound it's gonna be. I think I'm really gonna focus on my songwriting. So I really just want to write some really, really, really good songs.
All right.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and just yeah,
Yeah.
crazy on that.
So you know, focus on your songwriting. Have you written songs for other people, or do you not tend to do that type of stuff?
I've written songs for a bunch of people actually. Um, I wish I could do it more because it's actually super fun. Mackay, it's at Megan Mackay. I wrote one of the songs with him. That's on his upcoming project. I don't think he's gonna want me to like talk any more about it than that.
All
But
right,
I wrote one of
yeah.
the songs on that. I've helped Paris with some writing, just from being in the studio with him.
Yeah.
I've written songs for a couple of my friends. I don't know. I whenever I write stuff and I just don't feel like it's for me, I send it out to people or give it to people that want it.
Okay, that's dope. Do you wish that you could like, I guess, because I'm thinking of like from my mindset, I listen to hip hop for the most part, and I venture out from almost any other genre from there. But
Yeah.
in hip hop, it's very like keep to yourself if you have like someone helping you write stuff, you know. So do you feel like
Yeah.
you could be behind the scenes at one point in the future, just like writing all these hits for everybody, or do you feel like you
I
want to
would,
just do your own thing and do your own music?
that would be an absolute dream. Um, I think it's possible. But I also think anything's possible.
Yeah.
So I I think that's something that I'd love to shoot for because from what I've come to understand, especially recently, is production is cool, which the production is all the bing, bing, boom,
Yeah.
fucking noises. But I think what really matters in a song is actually just the songwriting. I think that's the actual make it or break it part because the songwriting is the heart of everything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
being able to do that and be like an Ed Sheeran, I guess, would be crazy.
that'd be awesome, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you would rather be like an Ed Sheeran and have like kind of like your own music, do your own thing, but also write songs for everybody, or would you rather be like completely behind the scenes in that sense?
I don't know. I've been behind the scenes for a long ass time, and I'm behind the scenes on so many songs. Like I've probably helped in the creation of over like 1,000 songs at this point.
Oh, jeez.
I a part of my heart is a behind the scenes kind of guy, 100%.
Okay.
But another part of my heart, I really do feel like I want to be. I just want to be me.
Yeah.
And I want to like. I don't know. I feel like my songs, when I create a song, the song deserves something, and it has like some kind of life. I feel like, and I just want my songs to get the life they deserve. And so that's the same with the songs that I work on for other people, but that's on them to get it there.
Yeah.
And then for my own songs, I'm like, okay, it's my job to make sure that this song gets to that person that needs to hear it, and that's kind of just how I view music, I guess.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. This was a dope conversation, to be honest with you, bro. I really appreciate you
Yeah, no, this
coming
was
on.
fun, bro.
And hey, I'm going out to LA in like November-ish, so maybe we link up back then, do another one. We'll see the
Yeah.
Deluxe and all that other
Dude,
stuff.
Let me know, because I'll definitely try to plan something around that. We could maybe even do some other interviews with some other people down there, and I could get you connected with whoever I know, and we can just hang out.
All right, dope, man. Sweet. I'm really,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, man. So I'm gonna quickly end up this podcast. So this is Davey Legend, Heartbreaker Hotel out now. Deluxe on the way, new project on the way. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.